excuse. And a lot of times when I hear people say, I used to sing, I used to write a book, it goes right into, I used to, but my ex-husband, or but this individual, or but something, and that's the number one reason why you need to do and continue on with your path from the get-go. So we talked about most times the excuse or the reason why they stop their pursuit of their dream. Most times the excuse or the reason why they stopped their quest should have been the number one reason why they should stay on their quest. Children have been the biggest excuse that most people use as a reason why they stop pursuing their dreams. Children and family should be the biggest reason that a person should push to succeed towards one's passion. So you got to use this as a tool backwards, not as an excuse. You got to use it as a tool to push you forward. Any questions? All right. Everybody still writing down Let's go ahead and roll to page 15. We're going to roll right into vision. Go ahead. John. Vision. Thought. Thought. Concept. We're on page 15, guys. So the first one was a thought. The second was a concept. Imagination. Circle imagination when you get done writing that. The number one reason why people have a lack of vision because we stop dreaming. When we were kids, do you remember everybody? The teacher said, use your imagination. When you continue on dreaming as an adult, and what happens is it's always somebody that says, it's time to grow up. Quit dreaming. Get a real job. You know, time to be an adult. You 18, 16, normally around 12, 13 years old. Most people either, due to the fact that somebody told them they wasn't good enough or it was just too hard, give up on what their vision is. You got to sometimes dig deep because you didn't forgot. And we got to realize that we got to build our imagination because our imagination helps us build mental and visual ideas and dreams. Like they say, if you can see it, then you can do it. But a lot of times people didn't forget how to be able to imagine. Put yourself in that brand new car. Imagine yourself on stage. Imagine yourself being a successful author. If you can't see it, then you can't believe it. So imagination is so important. So let's go ahead on page 16. Ability to see beyond your current situation. This is so powerful. The ability to see beyond your current situation. Vision. Vision. Have a vision. Of change and innovation. Pause. So every once in a while, y'all might hear me say Ashe. If y'all digging it, y'all feeling it, y'all say Ashe as well. Ashe? I said Ashe? Ashe. All right, so the ability to see beyond your current situation, that's so powerful. A lot of times, we have a lack of vision because we can't see ourselves outside of the frame. They say you can't see the bigger picture if you're in the frame. So you got to be able to step outside of your current situation, the bills, the current situation, baby daddy, baby mamas, ex-wife, ex-husbands, the situation, the problems, the issues that we all face every day that can keep you in that mental rat race. And a lot of times, if you cannot see yourself looking outside of your current situation, you lose your vision. People get lost all the day. You start off on one quest and you then went through a whole nother quest because you allowed your current situation to put you in a situation that put pressure on you to do something that which you normally wouldn't have did. Put you out of character. And then we say have vision of change and innovation. Like success in this whole thing that we're chasing and we're working through, it's a quest. It's a journey. So within inside this journey, we're going to be constantly changing. And we got to open our souls up to change. And not only do we just, like she was telling me, Tamika was saying, like, you know, you can't look at it from always a negative aspect. You got to look at it from a bigger perspective. And one of the things that I had to realize that I had to change. And that change was very difficult. And not only do when you change, that's when you see innovation. Because you done made the attempt to do something different outside of your normal character that you normally wouldn't have did, and normally fear would have been used as a tool that you would have just stopped up a long time ago. But having the courage gives you the opportunity to create innovation in your life. Innovation is necessary. Innovation is what keeps pushing you forward. Innovation is what gives you that reason to keep going on. Innovation is like creativity for me. Like I gotta stay inspired and innovative. If I get stagnated, if I'm around a whole lot of stagnated people, if I'm in a stagnated environment, it's going to make me stagnated. So innovation, I go to cities where innovation is bubbling just to go suck it up, just to give me a little piece. And innovation is so important. We got to make sure that we don't run from this change. When we talk about innovation, we got to also remember one of my great mentors always taught me, don't go with the fad, create the fad. Don't go with everybody. Don't go to the simple path. Everybody going the simple path. What make you different? My dad used to tell me, I said, Dad, when I start speaking, what should I wear? Suit and tie, this and that? He said, son, there's a whole lot of Malcolms out there with suit and ties. What make you different? Be yourself. Fall into your own path. Create your own fad. Create your fad to where everybody want to wear a ball cap instead of the other way around. I would go to conventions. And everybody in the convention would be dressed up casual or business attire. And I remember going there, I had two outfits. I would take my little business attire outfit that was very uncomfortable because I'm a creative individual. And I would take my little Malcolm McCrae little outfit, t-shirt, hat, some jeans, some shoes, and some comfortability. And I remember when I would be sitting in a conference with a whole lot of suit and ties, it wouldn't make me no different. I wouldn't stick out. I would just blend with the rest of the people. Everybody was competing, having business cards and this and that. The moment the next day I took off all of that and put on my hat, my little Create to Inspire t-shirt, amongst $1 million, saying speakers and consultants, everybody, hey, I love your hat. Love that shirt. I started bringing my art out. Oh, you're an artist. I created the fad. And that's what you got to do. This is one of the traps of being a creative thinker. We start thinking too much. Sometimes overthinking can be the worst thing that a creative person can do. It takes risk to find and build your own style and brand. We're talking about not allowing the pressure to break you. We're talking about when you're going against the grain, how to stay maintained on your vision, because your vision is your vision. You know, I got a great mentor of mine, Achika Akor. He tells a story when he wrote his first book. And we always talk about writing a book is like birthing a child. He asked God, put this book out, help me get through this. You know, he birthed his first child. He put his book out the first week. He was expected to make $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, and he didn't make no money. That same week, basketball player that played for the Chicago Bulls, I don't do sports, that always wore the different color hair, Dennis Rodman must have had a book that dropped that same week called Bad As You Want. And he was naked on top of a Harley Davidson magazine with a basketball covering up his unmentorables. And I remember my mentor tells me, he said, I was so upset with God. He said, because here I am writing this book that's all about, building people's spirit, and I ain't making no money. And then here you is letting this sports guy who naked, and he gets, Forbes national bestsellers list. And he was saying how easy it would have been to follow that fad. And he talked about how just 6 months down the line, he ended up finally getting the deal that he needed that took his business and took his author business to the next level. So you got to stay focused on your passion. You got to stay focused on your vision. Because there's always going to be things, it always look greener on the other side. Believe that. One of my, let's go to page 18 real quick, guys. So I want you to circle John Johnson. He has a book out called Against All Odds. Powerful book. And John Johnson was the first black publisher in America, the first black man to be published in Forbes magazine as a multimillionaire. He owned Ebony magazine, owned numerous black magazines. And he says, you spend so much time in your profession, it ought to be something you love. Why are you going to spend all this time doing something that you don't even enjoy doing? I spent a lot of my time doing things that I didn't want to do. I felt like I was doing things out of obligation and not out of love and not out of natural spirit. That inner voice that tell you ain't got no business doing that. Stick to your guns. Just be a little bit patient. John, page 19.
The people who create their own.
Style, S-T-Y-L-E.
Create their own.
Destiny. Pause. Give everybody enough time to write that in. Continue on.
They will always be known as the
Original.
while others will be remembered as
Copies or knockoffs. Like they say, you got to keep it real. Go ahead.
in this day and age, you can find thousands of trends or facts, especially on the internet. People are looking not only for
A service,
or
product.
but also an experience.
Go ahead.
You have to go from
Creative,
to
innovative. We talked about that creativity, how that creativity sometimes can be a crutch. A lot of creative people are broke. That's why you hear that starving artist mentality. It is a mentality. Not seeing value in what you're doing, not being unique, you know what I mean? Or stagnating yourself because you scared somebody gonna copy you. I ain't gonna do it because if I put it out there, somebody else gonna take it and they gonna do. You know, that's one of those things where your blessing is your blessing. That ain't got nothing to do with you. You know what I'm saying? So I want to go back to people are looking not only for a service or a product, but also an experience. In your business, when you're designing and creating your business, we're not only creating products, but people want an experience. Look at Airbnb, Air Bed and Breakfast. Me and my wife started, I travel all over the country. I done stayed in high-end hotels to low-end hotels. Ain't that right, Devon? Roach motels to five-star. And I got so tired of staying in hotels. Even if it was a high-end hotel, just the coldness of it, the non-personal, they gave me my space, but I liked an environment. I'm a creative individual. I like feel-good moments, right? So somebody said, why don't you stay in a bed and breakfast, Airbnb? So what is Airbnb? Air bed and breakfast. You stay in people's houses and you can rent out and this and that. It's an experience. Okay. I started staying in Airbnbs and I love them. I would even pay more to stay in an Airbnb for the experience rather than staying in a hotel at the Hyatt or something where I ain't gonna get that experience. So you gotta realize Uber, experience. The new technology, people are not only, anybody can buy a product, but Amazon creates an experience through Prime. So when you're designing your business, always make sure that you're not only designing a service or a product, but you are creating an experience.